So we're here at the SEMA show at 2017, and I'm gonna just tell you what Shopping Cart Elite does. So Shopping Cart Elite, this is our brochure. It says we build retail wholesale websites, do eBay, Amazon syncing. And if we open the brochure, it gives you a little bit more detail about the services we offer. So for the e-commerce side, we have the standard features that you're going to find on pretty much any other shopping cart. If you go to the advanced features, so as your business starts to grow and you want to do email marketing, you want to do CRM marketing automation, help desk for your sales quotes, for your customer service help desk. If you want to take your products to Google Shopping to have predictive analytics on it in order to see if the advertising is working, syncing to eBay, Amazon. So all those are considered advanced features, and they are all included part of the Shopping Cart Elite suite. We have the custom development, which allows us to connect to third-party vendors for tracking numbers, for inventory. Pretty much any kind of custom development that you would need can be also done with our company. And on the right-hand side, we offer marketing consulting, where we talk about your marketing plan, your next year budget for your marketing, what you want to see, how you want to see your company grow. And once we understand what you're looking for, we design a proposal which combines our software, combines our marketing experts, and we deploy the whole thing for your company. And some of the clients that use us, so we have Advanced Clutch Technology is our client for the manufacturer side. BC Racing is a client of ours. On the retail side, Leonard Accessories, which is a pretty big 55 location, 400 employee franchise, use our system. And we're trying to basically capture the manufacturer's business because our platform is really good for wholesale. We're also trying to capture retailers because the system is really designed for automotive and obviously for retailers. So we also have for those companies that are looking for having an integrated system where Shopping Cart Elite works with a ERP system for distribution, for financial, for manufacturing. This is more built for the manufacturers or very large retailers. So we have Acumatica, who is partnered with us at the booth. And if we open up the brochure here, this is everything that Acumatica has to offer. So your purchase orders, your general ledger, receivables, payables, container tracking, manufacturing with bill of materials, and a point of sale if you have a retail register. E-commerce, which is Shopping Cart Elite, is integrated with Acumatica, so you could see how those two will work together on this page. And there's also several testimonials of the bundle working together with Shopping Cart Elite. So if we look at what can we offer on the marketing side, so Shopping Cart Elite, it's a very rich and feature-rich and powerful system. But in order for you to take advantage of the system, you really need to combine it with marketing processes. And so if we look at this proposal, and we'll zoom in on the screen right now, we have 6 companies. So Rec9, which does our consulting, Hire Once and Forever are the marketing experts. Shopping Cart Elite is the e-commerce system. EDF is the Easy Data Feed that does the custom development. Omnichannel Hub is the one that does your eBay and Amazon syncing. And T Software is the one that does your predictive analytics and the pay-per-click. Now, it doesn't matter what kind of company you have. Retail, wholesale, professional services, you're always going to follow this particular system. So when I ask companies, how many employees do you have? The reason why I ask that question, because I want to understand how their employees are spread out across their marketing, their sales, and their operations. So if we look at this chart here, marketing is supposed to attract your prospect and get them into your sales funnel so they can consider buying the product. Your sales process is supposed to close the sale and bring the company revenue. And your operations are supposed to fulfill the order, deliver the product to the customer, and that's where you make your profit. Now, if we look at this next chart of how processes are designed, which is what most when companies first start out, they don't focus on marketing, they focus on operations. So how do we do customer service? How do we do fulfillment? Where do we get the products? All that is operations. And if you imagine on this particular chart, when you have a new idea, you go through what I call a discovery process, where you have a visionary who comes up with the idea. You have the creator, who's the one who's going to actually sit there and try to make it work. And what the creator does in the process is they try to create a work manual of how to actually get this thing done. So as they start working on it, they're going to hit fires, which is problems that they have to work out. And the way you work out fires is, fire starts, you diffuse it, fix it, test it, and you go through a loop until it's fixed. And then once it's fixed, you have the first step of the process complete. And then you go through as many steps as necessary until the process works and you have no fires. And then when you have no fires, you have a successful process and you can deploy it in the company. And that's when you can assign an employee to that process, let him handshake it, and then you start on the next one. The problem with processes is when you work at an operational process, that operational process might last, 2 years or 5 years or 10 years. It's pretty stable. The sales process life cycle is maybe a year or two, and then you have to start maybe modifying how you do your sales. However, the marketing process is probably has a 4-week lifespan, because there's always going to be some kind of a fire that goes off. Unless you've had your marketing process worked out for a year with no fires, that's when it's more or less stable. But usually, especially with a new process, as soon as it's done and everything looks good, 4 weeks later, there's problems. And the issue with this particular flow chart is when you assign a person to do something and they don't understand that a fire could ignite there, and they let it burn, what they're ultimately doing is ignoring the problem, and the longer they ignore it, the more ineffective the process becomes, and eventually it starts losing you money. And then you just get in there and the whole thing is on fire. So while operational processes and sales processes is something that most businesses design, marketing is something they have no clue over. So you might have a company with 10 employees or 50 employees, and 50% of them are in operations, 25% of them are in sales and accounting, and then you have one guy who's a manager or a secretary doing the marketing, which should be questionable. Why are some of your departments have 10 or 50 people in them, and why is your marketing department always having one person there? So because most business owners don't understand marketing, they just imagine that they just hire one guy who claims he knows everything and he just deploys the whole thing. So we get to the fact of if you're a manufacturer, what's your responsibility to the end consumer? Your responsibility is to get your brand identity in order, which means your pictures, your videos, your brochures, everything that you may need, including your data, to help the retailers with doing their marketing. And when you look at the distributor, he's not doing anything except stocking the product, so we're just dealing with a 3PL. And we come down to the retailer, right? So on this chart, this is the retailer's responsibility for e-commerce. In order for you to succeed with your business, you need to find the customer by doing good advertising. So good ads, good processes for the marketing. And a lot of times that, you hire somebody to do it for you and it doesn't work very well, or you try to do it yourself and it doesn't work very well. But even if you nail the ads, your website has to be wired correctly. If you imagine a website, let's just say that you have an engine, and an engine needs 100 wires. If you wire the engine with 99 wires, it's not going to work right. The website is the same way. It's either wired 100% or there's some loose wires that's going to ruin your conversions. So even if you get your ads right, you have to get your website right too. And usually you assign one person on your marketing process who's supposed to do both, and they have no idea what they're doing. They're in full-blown R&D, and you expect them to perform there, and usually it doesn't work out. Now, once that's done, and you want to get your sales, if you have your sales staff in your process, they're there to talk on the phones, but they should be redirected to creating content, like creating videos, endorsing the product. Once you can get that on the website, you can automate your sales processes on the website. And then once that's done, your operations, you just need a good software that's fully integrated, that streamlines the whole process, and that's basically where Shopping Cart Elite comes in. So Shopping Cart Elite will handle the software, will handle your operations. It's going to also handle your website to have a good foundation. Our marketing service will handle all your ads, so you don't have to worry about the process or the R&D behind the ads. There will be some tweaking for the website once it's live to massage it so it works perfectly. But basically what Shopping Cart Elite brings to the table is we can cover your ads processes, your website processes, and your software processes. So the only thing left for you to do is really just get all the people in order to follow those processes and get the content and the sales processes in order. So if we take a look at this chart, which talks about your physical retail storefront scenario, if you have a good location and you're doing some local advertising, your marketing will succeed locally. Your sales process will succeed if you have guys at the shop that know what they're doing and can handle the customers coming into the shop. And your operations will succeed if you have inventory with good margins in the store. If you look at the same scenario with the website, same thing, except it's very different of how you're going to do it. So marketing processes, we just talked about that. You need to do good ads, and it has to work. Your sales process is a good website with good content, and that has to work. And your operation is having the back end of the software actually handle the orders, process the orders, inventory, so you're not wasting time on back orders and cancellations and stuff. So this is what you would need in order to have the website working. If you look at your, some customers sell on Amazon, FBA specifically. So if you look at Amazon FBA scenario, the marketing is done by Amazon, and even the operations is done by Amazon. So you just need the sales process working, which is just put up the product that's popular, get good reviews on it, and you're good to go. With eBay, it's also very similar because except you have to fulfill your own orders, but the marketing is done by eBay. So it doesn't matter, what your website looks like or what kind of ads you're doing. As long as you have your item listed on eBay, your marketing process is done, for eBay. So if you're looking at an e-commerce business, like a website that you want it to work, you really need to understand that you need to become, you need to have a marketing division in your company, almost like you have to become a marketing company. And this is what the chart looks like. You have your CMO, you have your web designer, you have your webmaster who does the website optimization, you have your website data guy, somebody that handles your brand, social media, pay-per-click, product research, content, email marketing, organic SEO, marketplace management. So all these positions, there are multiple hats that you will need eventually fill all of them if you want to grow your business to its full potential. And the nice thing about Shopping Cart Elite is we can fill in all of these positions for you. So if you only have one person on staff that handles your e-commerce marketing, we can become the extra 15 people for you as needed on an hourly basis, and you don't need to hire one person full-time and pay them and they're in R&D mode because they don't know really what they're doing. You can literally take advantage of getting 15 people, 1 hour here, 2 hours here, and you basically have your e-commerce marketing team. So these are all the different positions that we do. We split all of our workers up into different roles. You have a junior, you have a regular, you have a senior, and an elite role. The way we monitor our workers, so if you look at this shot here, I show you that we monitor what software is running on their computer, keyboard, mouse activity, are they away from the computer, screenshots of what they're doing, productivity level, are they productive at work, and all that billable time, which is only on active productive time, is attached to a ticket that we bill the customers. So what that means is we guarantee that every hour we bill is going to be a productive hour that's going to be accountable for. And if we keep scrolling down here, we'll see that we compare the performance of the one employee against their peers in the department, and all this work that we see internally, you get to see on your own dashboard, your expert's dashboard, where you can see the project leader's notes, you could see the budget used, how it was used, by department, by the week, by the staff member against a specific ticket. So this is, in a nutshell, this is basically what we bring to the table. When we do proposals, we break everything down by line items. So we say this particular process, let's say for Google Shopping ranking, will be, 4 staff will be involved, 14 processes will be involved. This is how many hours we'll spend in a year, so we can budget a year ahead, so we don't have to come back every week and ask, hey, do you want to continue? You can terminate the marketing anytime, but we like to budget 1 year ahead, and it tells you what the hourly rate comes out to be on this one. And once we get down to the nitty gritty, we actually break down everything by line item. So every process that we will be doing for you is going to be broken down by line items. So on like the pay-per-click process here, for example, we say campaign research. Here's 5 line items that we're going to do. Optimization, 4 line items. Engagement optimization, another 4 line items. And each one of these line items is going to have an hourly rate, how many hours we'll spend per month. So everything we do is process-driven. Everything that we'll propose to you is going to be broken down very granularly how we're going to do it. And once we start working on it, you're basically going to have it all in your experts dashboard. You'll have a dedicated account manager, and you're going to, everything will just work, and you'll have an accountable party that will make sure that it works. So this is what Shopping Cart Lead can offer, and we're very focused on the automotive industry. We've been doing this for 15 years. We have over 200 staff right now to handle pretty much any kind of volume. Like I said earlier, some of our clients is ACT, BC Racing, Osram, Sylvania. We handle pretty much everything I just explained for them. And we have a ton of retailers that are very happy with our services. Some of them have 5 websites with us. Some of them have as many as 10 people working for them on their project. So if you're looking for a very powerful e-commerce software for the automotive, and you're looking for a really good marketing team that's going to actually deliver and be accountable, you found the right company, and we'd love to speak with you and do a discovery. So thank you.